Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Real back with another motherfucking review, man. Yo, how is it out there, my Mayans people? This is Mayan season 1, episode 2. All right, I don't know about y'all, but I'm really enjoying rewatching it. Like, it feels good. Like, I'm seeing shit totally different. I've got more questions, right? And I got a wild theory. It's been this one brother that's been in my comments with this wild ass theory, and we're gonna touch on it today. Okay, I see what he's thinking. Okay, I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. Excuse me, till I watched this episode. So, okay, before I get ahead of myself, now things that I've noticed, right? Am I the only one who, when watching episode 2, thought about Coco? Like a foreshadowing of Coco? Like, remember when they went to go visit the lady at the that ran that dog clinic or dog something in the front and had the heroin people in the back in cages? I still didn't quite. I think I feel like she's getting them well. It's just a nasty looking situation to have people in fucking cages trying to beat this addiction. But okay, so when they show Coco looking at one of the dudes he like remembered, I was like, damn, is he kind of looking at himself like, yo, this could be me one day, like, or you know what I'm saying? The way it, because the camera and the whole situation was like focused on Coco with that little interaction with the dude, and he just looked like, whoa, and I'm like, damn, Coco was on the heroin like Buddy. Was they trying to tell us something? Again with Coco when they went looking for our boy Louie, right? Looking for to find out if they had another somebody else trying to move some heroin in the area. They still looking for Adelita, so they chasing down Louie. They go to his crib. His son shoots Coco with an airsoft gun, right? You know what I'm saying? And they talking to him, and then Coco tells the kid, like, "Yo, this little fucker tried to put my eye out. He could have put my eye out with that." I was like, "Put his eye out? Ain't that what he got problems with now? His fucking eyes?" After that incident, I was like, holy shit, a eye reference, and then like a little emotional moment with the heroin, right? I was, I'm telling you. And then what else they show us in this? So they tracking down Adelita the Mayans, and then Emily. This is when Emily and Miguel's child gets abducted, right? Adelita and her crew snatched the kid as like as a ransom or something. Like, not really a ransom, because they're not asking for shit. They want you to stop conducting business and maybe you'll see your kid. So when he's talking to Dita's little main squeeze, Kano, Miguel's consigliere, that's when they unleash that he's from Cornell. You know what I'm saying? And him and Dita have like a little thing where, he's looking at her like, he ain't like his daddy. He ain't gonna, I don't know how he's gonna respond to this, and then she's like, give him time, he's gonna figure it out. I got trust in him. I got trust him. So we find out like his daddy was ruthless. He took over the company. We also discover when Miguel's whole purpose is to try to take the cartel to a more legit side, right? Kano tells him like, I know, when he's trying to tell him like how he should go about handling this whole kidnapped son situation. So that's what we find out a little bit more about Miguel, because right now the first episode you're just like, oh, he's a cartel leader, but this one lets you know like, okay, so he's well educated and he has a more legit goal. He's like the ghost, right, from Power. He's the ghost of Mayans. So notice another thing, right? Every time they take somebody to that torture basement, you remember they cut Fat Man's arm off in that same place? This is where the Galindo cartel like dismembers and disfigures people, right? It's a nasty fucking basement, like a church basement or some shit. Like, it's just a nasty place. If you coming down there's nothing good. So he gathers the Mayans around for this fucking hot grease. Oh, god damn, that is some painful shit. Like, anybody that cooks with grease knows just when that shit pops out the skillet, that it is the most painful, frightening, shocking. That shit go, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, that's your natural instinct. Could you imagine if If a little piece of grease make you go, if that little shit that did nothing to you make you do all that, could you fucking fathom how much a pot of boiling hot medieval grease, it's like just swoosh, splashed on you? Like, holy shit. So, but notice this, right? Miguel always turns his back before the brutal shit happens. Yeah, he'll look at the aftermath, but when the torturing is about to start, shit, back turn. Every time. Every time he turns his back. That's when you kind of look like, I don't think he's really about it. And then they take the kid, using him. Angel made up a last minute little phone call like, oh yeah, because they showed us when I like this scene. When they first, that's when they first look, and then when he calls them up again to find his son, look at Bishop. Like, that interaction was perfect. He's like, Miguel comes out, is like, I need you guys to help track down my son. They kidnapped my son. And you just see Bishop look around like, nigga, this sounds like a you problem. Like, he doesn't vocalize it, but he like, why? Like, I don't like you, bro. I don't even want to do what business we doing with you now. Who the fuck do you think we are? All of that with just the face. He was like, you felt that. And then Miguel had to humble himself and was like, look. I know. Do this for me. You know what I'm saying? Personal. It's a personal favor. All right. I'm not forcing you to do shit. You don't have to do shit. I'm just humbly requesting that you help me out. You know what I'm saying? So I do, and then Bishop was just like, all right, fuck it. That's not too big of a task. We understand. You lost your son. Okay, so there's a little mutual respect moment right there, but you could tell Bishop is just not, no, I run the Mayans. We just do a little heroin business with you, my man. Like, no, I'm not your lapdog, right? And Alvarez saying that was a good move, which I agreed with. That was a good move. You always would like to, if you had to do a personal favor for somebody, a murderous, or, well, what would usually your cartel leaders are like, these badass dudes, but somebody in a higher place that could help you financially down the road is a good person that might want to owe you one down a path. So I just think that's always just a good business move in general. But what else we have? They show us Easy's photographic memory again. And you see Coco references like, we drove past at like 60 miles an hour. How did you? And then he recites it, because Easy is now emotionally tied to the situation because it's Emily. We know that they dated. Miguel didn't like the way he just said Emily in the background. He was like, who the fuck is this prospect talking about Emily? So you could see the feud was filming with them two kind of early, right? The first in episode 1, Easy helped him out, like helped out everybody by saying, yo, I saw this tattoo. Oh, let me help you. So Miguel was impressed with him episode 1. Episode 2, it immediately turns into, yo, what the fuck? And things even got deeper. The beef even, so first you say my wife's name outside, right? And I ain't like how you said Emily like that, nigga. You could feel Miguel's like, I ain't like how the fuck you said Emily like that. But then when you get downstairs to the torture basement, and then he goes, hey, prospect. Like, I never liked, what I don't like? Nigga, you ain't part of the Mayans. You ain't in no biker gang, nigga. Don't say prospect like that. Like, just call me by my name or be like, hey, you over there. The fuck? How do you know what the fuck a prospect is? So what you see it on my jacket, nigga? You can't put me down. As far as I'm concerned, I'm higher than you in this organization by being a prospect. I think that's always weird. Fuck is you ain't gang, motherfucker. Like, what? But anyway, he calls out Easy, and then Easy let him be known, like, hey, you wouldn't have to do all this if you ain't treat them like greasy pieces of shit to begin with. So Miguel's ready to step up to get his ass whooped. He felt the way, but could you see Miguel throwing hands? Like, seriously. Like, what did he really think? He one of them dudes that, you know who Miguel is? He gives me that, like, feeling of a motherfucker that is gonna run at you, knowing people gonna hold him back. Like, no, let me go. But ain't because Easy would whoop that nigga's ass easily. But I like that scene too. When they came out of there, like, Alvarez like, look, we'll handle it. We'll handle him. Like, don't worry about this. They get outside. That might be one of my favorite scenes. Is this scene is tied with another one that we'll discuss right after this. My two favorite scenes are actually back to back. I haven't decided which one I like the most yet, but when Easy comes outside and Bishop turns around like, what the fuck? Easy's like, I mean, I was just, like he started to, I love how he started to explain himself and he just looked down like, fuck it. Like, I'm about to get punched again. like fuck, man. Like, and I like how he goes to plead the Bishop and then looks at Alvarez like, Padrino, like, oh, fuck it. Nobody's fucking with me. Okay. I love that part. It was so real. So that was such a cool part. And then just for them to embrace him afterwards, like, oh, you little asshole. Like, that was funny, though. You was right. Because when you right, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that they didn't torture him on that one. And then that's immediately backed up with when they see the dogs loose, and they're like, holy shit, that came from so-and-so. Because you remember Nestor and them drove off fast. So they chased them down to see what was going on. They go back to Dogwood inside the little care place, and you see Nesta and them grabbing that woman's balls. Like, you're hiding something. Like, holy shit. Nesta's a fool. And that's when they come in and they all draw guns on each other. Now, this is my second favorite scene, right? So I love how Alvarez doesn't throw a punch. This man's so cool. He's like, nah, we ain't gonna do it like this. And then you hear Bishop like, yeah, put the guns away. We're going to handle it this way. And then everybody get into a fucking backyard brawl. I just love the fist fights in Mayans. Like, it's so clutch. Like, they just be whooping ass, going through windows and shit. It's a good time. It's a good fight. Hank was getting busy. Who was getting busy in that fight? Hank got busy. Angel got thrown through a window. I think Angel lost his one-on-one. It looked like he was coming on strong toward the end, though. But in that first initial, he was getting his ass beat. Easy was trading blows with a motherfucker that wasn't going. That was an evenly fought battle. And Bishop versus Nestor was a good one-on-one. But the part of that fight that I liked, which is my favorite scene back to back, is when Bishop and Nestor's punching the shit out of each other. Then they fake get tired, look at each other like, okay, you done? I'm done. Okay, fuck it, we're cool. And then they look over there, was like, this was much needed. We needed to get this out. And motherfuckers agreeing like, yeah, this was a long time coming, but too much tension built up. Let's just punch each other. And then Bishop looks over and goes, let's give him a few more minutes.
This was overdue. Yes, it was. Give him a few more minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so dope. That's just man shit, right? Only men could punch the shit out of each other in their face, look at each other and be like, okay, we're good. We're good. Good money. So I just used, when you watching this, you just gain a deeper respect for Bishop. You know what I'm saying? I love how you gain a deeper respect for Alvarez. You not fucking with Miguel. Probably around this time. You might have been fucking with him a little bit, episode 1, thinking he might have been a problem, but by 2, you knew. And so then the next half is Miguel. We get now Miguel's forced to, what is he gonna do? Now back to my man's theory that I was discussing in the beginning, right? We learned that Miguel had a brother, a older brother probably, right? I think, yeah. Or they didn't really say if he was older or younger. No, yeah. An older brother because he was born. She got pregnant 3 months later. So he had an older brother that died from pneumonia. He was told. And then, because Kano was trying to tell him, like, look, I know you feel bad, but I know you want to do all these great things, but you need to respond to that cruelty. You gotta respond to the rebels with some brutality. Let these motherfuckers know that you don't just take a kid and we don't drop some bodies. And Miguel is tentative because he's like, I want my son. I don't want to egg them on or motivate them to murder my son because for obvious reasons. Like I feel him on that. Everything he felt, I'm not mad at. Like that's legit shit. Like 100%. You know. But then you see, Kano is like, Kano's like an old school cartel motherfucker. He's like, man, your dad would have burnt. He was like, you know what? I got you. So then this is where we find out that, my bad. That's when you find out that him and Dita is dirty, man. They got like some little, whispering about him running. Because they fake trying to run the cartel via him. Like he's the boy, he's the face of it, but they the puppet masters, right? He's the puppet, they're the puppet masters. I mean, ultimately he makes the decisions, but you can see they play a big influence in his life, and it shows right here in episode 2. And the fact that he went and got his mother, Kano goes to get Dita and tells her like, yo, tell him the truth. And then she gives him this whole story about how our first son got abducted by some rebels or a rival cartel or some shit. Your father was about to go crazy, but we was like, fuck it, let's kill everybody. We don't know what the hell happened to you. At the end, they think he's dead. You know what I'm saying? But they really don't know. And this is this theory we're talking about. So they come in, do this, and then she was like, well, I got pregnant 3 months later, and here you are. So, fuck it. Dita just, and the fact that Dita said that just gives you like what type of woman this is. She was just like, fuck it. Lost a kid. This the one I really wanted anyway. Right? I'm pregnant 3 months later. Whatever. One kid gone, replace him with another kid. Oh, it was a boy? Replace him with another boy. Let's keep it moving. And it's like, bitch, is you serious? But, and I guess that motivated him to go, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go against my better judgment and do some brutal shit, which leaves 2 motherfuckers toasty, in Mexico, But, so our guy's theory was, now this is a crazy theory, but in the comment section, my man said, and please claim this if you're watching this, he said that Miguel is really, is not the son of Felipe. Angel is the first born, is really Miguel's older brother from Dita and her husband's relationship. Somehow, some weird shit. He put Angel in it. It was really weird. But I just couldn't understand why he was saying that shit. But I get it now. I don't know what Angel has to do with it yet. I haven't figured out that other piece of this puzzle. If he gets in the comments, maybe y'all can ask and harass him where the fuck did he get to come up with this. But it does beg you to believe, like, or lead you to believe, like, yo, is there an older brother out there somewhere? Will we see him? Is he truly dead? So it's like, because, this show got a lot of things with missing babies and shit. Like, babies and are they dead? Are they alive? Like, Mayans really don't know how to treat babies on this show. But, yeah, so they set it up for that, and you got Easy going back to his pops because it's the only person he got in his corner he could talk to for advice, because only his father knows everything. Him and his father's the only one knows everything, and then he confesses how much he loves Angel, and he just didn't think that, I don't know, that he would love Angel so much. He don't want to betray him, you know what I mean, by going to get Emily's kid himself, and then Emily reaches out. Now we starting to get messy, right? So then Emily shows her messiness. Now she's a mother that's distraught, so I'm not mad at her, right? I don't get mad at Emily until later on down this Mayan's hole, but Emily just reaching out to whoever she could believe to tell her the truth, because ain't nobody telling her shit. She wants information. But the fact that they setting up these sneaky visits, it starts down the nasty path, because once you do one sneaky visit, then you start doing multiple, and then that's when people start getting in trouble, start getting hurt, and so you could tell this is gonna be a problem. And Easy still got the feels for her, still in love with her, like Adelita said, like, he's still in love with her, and they like, oh, it's a little, we don't know yet, you know what I'm saying? So But yeah, all in all, this was a good follow up episode too. Like they did an amazing job. Now I gotta say, who carried this episode for me was probably who carried this one for me? I gotta say, I liked Bishop in this. Um, it was yeah. You see a lot of Bishop. I like what his headspace is. I like how he's handling business. So I'm gonna give it to Bishop as winner of this episode for me. He was part of one of my two favorite scenes. Actually, he was part of both of my favorite scenes in here. So yeah, and I gotta give the worst person. I know y'all want me to say Miguel every episode, but I'm not gonna do that. When you got Dita and Kano, those two split worse for me, right? That's a nasty story to tell. Fuck my first kid. I had another kid. Like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, first off, you just dropped this bombshell on me that my older brother didn't really die of pneumonia, and then you're using this for me to be like, oh, let me go sacrifice my son for the business to keep the border. Like, what? You got to give Miguel a pass on this one. Like, I understand he looks nasty when he talks and when he does shit. But come on, man. No, Dita and Kano got to take this L for the worst people, worst whatever. Best scene though, I'm gonna go with my first thought. I'm gonna go with Easy thinking he was in trouble with Bishop and Alvarez. I just really like that. It makes me I just get tickled. I feel like that was the most natural acting in that entire episode. Like it just felt real, and that was super cool. Like I like the little nuances and shit, so you gotta forgive me. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all might choose that big ass fight, you know what I'm saying, as the best scene, or you might choose the hot grease, you know what I'm saying, or you might choose the toasty out in the road. Like, you know, it's a few things you could go with. Or the kidnapping itself was a pretty rough kidnapping. That was a good scene. But yeah, I got to go with that. I like the nuances in that. And worst scene, I guess the worst scene was Miguel sitting there while his mother was cleaning up his kid stuff, and he's like, keep that there, you know, put the bunny down, like it was Con Air. Put the bunny in the box, like, you know what I'm saying, like sit the bunny there. Like now all of a sudden you want to be emotional. He just didn't show no emotion to me. Like if I lost my kid, if I found out my kid was kidnapped, I would be inconsolable. He just was moving too cool, and then the only emotion you show is when your mom was trying to clean up, like leave that bunny there on the floor. Like that was a terrible scene. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Now you care, nigga. Like so what you playing with? But that was it for episode 2, man. Before I let y'all go, right? Can y'all do me a favor? When y'all get in these comments, of course I want to hear who you got winning, best scene, worst scene. I want all of that, right? But at the end of your comments or your theories, right? Do me a favor, okay? Because I'm ready to do about 2 or 3 more episodes. My goal is to do about 4 things a week, right? 4 reviews a week. That's my goal. So, and everybody's been giving me ideas. So I want you to rank. I'm finna give you a choice of things, and I want you to rank them in what you want me to review, right? So, we have. Let me get my notes out. I wrote these down. Okay. So, please rank these in the order that you want me to do them. I have Mayor of Easttown, Nevers, Dark, Godfather of Harlem, and Mr. In Between. Okay, those are the ones I'm thinking about reviewing. Those are the ones I've been seeing those names a lot for reviews. So please, at the end of your theories, if you're in the comments, go ahead and go number 1, I want you to do Mayor of Easttown. And number 1, I want you to do Dark. And then boom, boom, boom. Give me y'all thoughts. And then I'm going to compile that list in the comments. And then we'll start from there. And all of these, I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to go straight to the episode 1 and do the reviews from there. So, yeah. As always, man, protect your health, yourself, your wealth. You feel me? Take care of yourself. Be easy out there. All right? Peace.